David, thank you so much for coming on the show. How long have you been at Western Governors now?
Well, happy to be here. And this November will be 7 years.
So what I love about WGU is it feels like the future of education.
Certainly.
And it feels like most of our universities have not caught up with it.
Well, there's a big difference. We are a competency-based university, so we're not traditional, and we're 100% online, which means everything that we do is digital. So as a result, yes, we drive a lot of technology and we drive a lot of innovation for education. But that's not to take anything away from all the universities that are trying to also implement as much technology as possible.
Tell me let's start big and then we'll go down in the details with WGU. Give me your sense for the future of education.
Well, I can tell you that through the consumption of AI, the question should not be if the students are going to graduate, but should be how fast they graduate and how we are going to embrace it such that students are going to be able to utilize it as much as possible and truly accelerate their learning process. It's really going to be quite different, the mechanisms. I was actually in a conference not a long time ago, and I was talking about the days that I used to write everything in a piece of paper and then give it to my sisters, and I would say, ask me anything, and I'll answer out of that sheet. I don't know if you'd use that method or not, but we don't have to do that anymore. AI will do it for you, and it would help you think beyond what you know and teach you. So looking forward to that.
Yeah, so does that mean like shorter times during bachelor's degree, shorter times during master's degree? Do you think it's like that? Or what do you mean by accelerate?
I think that it's going to be more of instead of students just memorizing things, they'll be able to comprehend much, much better. That will enable them to really grasp the concepts and accelerate the learning process. Not just how fast can you go through a class, but how fast can you consume the content and understand it.
Yeah, that makes sense. What are your thoughts on AI? How has it changed things so far? How is WGU using it?
So we're using it in a lot of different aspects, trying to support the students 100% as much as we can, do as much as we can for them or on behalf of them. But I can tell you that through the consumption of AI, now students can visualize better certain concepts. The students will be able to test and validate their documents that they're building, the knowledge base that they have. They'll be able to do research faster. They'll be able to compare their understanding with other people. It doesn't have to be people from the same century. They'll be able to actually listen from their famous celebrities that they like the most, right? And comprehend concepts better. There's something called affinity. So we all have affinity towards something. Maybe you like cars, maybe you like sports, whatever it may be. So now through the consumption of AI, we're going to be able to bring that knowledge or those concepts based on what affinity you have and enable you to get it faster and comprehend it faster. So we couldn't be happier and more excited about AI. I can tell you that we're using it for help our students write better documents, validate against the rubrics that we give them for learning. We're trying to provide visuals. We're trying to have faculty members available 24/7 through the consumption of AI. They're recording themselves, answering questions, and then through AI, we're concatenating it and making it all together. Like if you're actually chatting with a human being, or you're talking to an avatar that happens to be your faculty member.
So give us a sense for the history of Western Governors. I believe it was Mike Leavitt, Utah's governor?
Yes, he was definitely one of the founders. We were founded over 27 years now, non-for-profit. 19 different governors came together and they realized, okay, the internet is coming up and there's a lot of our people that really need a different path for opportunity through education than traditional universities. And that's how WGU came up to be, consuming 100% online since inception. So we've been innovators since day one that Western Governors was even imagined.
Yeah.
So that's how we've been. And since then, we have over 480,000 alumni. We have over 197,000 active students across the country. We have 4 different schools that we provide programs with. Yeah, we've grown quite drastically since then.
It's pretty remarkable. So what do you look for? Obviously, you think about new degrees, new offerings, new things that, what does our students need? You have incredible degrees already, right? But are you thinking like, hey, we need like a master's of AI now, or we need, maybe more humanities degrees because humanities becomes more important when everybody's like technically skilled? I don't know. How do you think about all this stuff?
I can tell you that people that are much smarter than me are thinking about all that. But what they do, they invest a lot of time really understanding the industry, really understanding the threats or what is happening out there, really comprehending where the job market is going towards. And then they're coming back and figuring out, does this make sense for somebody to invest their financial resources and what it's going to look like after they graduate, what kind of jobs they're going to get. And then from there is where we focus on what programs we're going to be creating. We want to make sure that you get what we call the return of your investment as soon as you can based on the education that you get. So we're trying to bring a lot of education about AI, not only a master's in artificial intelligence or computer science with artificial intelligence. No, we're trying to bring artificial intelligence in everything that we do because we believe that in the future, AI is not going to take our jobs, but the people that know how to use AI will be taking those jobs. So that's what we're trying to do for our students.
And prior to Western Governors, you were at Walmart?
That is correct. Yes.
Yeah,
Small retail company.
Yeah. It's just super small.
Yes.
Just a little local shop.
It's just a small shop.
What was your roles there? What did you learn about leadership and business and scale?
Oh, so much.
There's no company you can work for that thinks of scale as much as Walmart.
Well, one of the things that I can tell you that I keep saying to everyone is Fortune 1 company in the world for a reason. Phenomenal company. I would not stop saying great things about them. Great culture. A lot of learnings. One of the things, I spent a lot of my career with them, so I had an opportunity to be across multiple different roles. The last role, or posting like we call them over there, was running the technology for the stores across the world. Over 11,700 stores around the world for Walmart, different formats, different companies, but all being Walmart, and doing the technology for them. Even robots roaming the aisles, making sure that the inventory was up there, the items were where they needed to be. That was my last assignment for them. I did that for about 16 months. Previous to that, I helped them build the private cloud. We were starting to figure out how to spell cloud, and Walmart was trying to do that, and I was able to do that successfully for everything that was e-commerce and even the physical stores, brick and mortar. So learning a lot. Great people there, great leaders. One of the things that I can tell you that I learned from Walmart is servant leadership. How important it is to empower the teams that you have the responsibility and the honor to serve. And how do they actually have the best ideas that they are out there? So, yeah, embracing a lot of Sam Walton's ideas about leadership.
When I think of Walmart, I think of how it's competing well with Amazon.
Yeah.
And you have like these two different models, right? One is entirely online, like Western Governors University, and one is a hybrid.
That's correct.
Whereas Walmart's a lot of obviously retail brick and mortar stores, and you can also do online. And there's a lot of parallels there between Western Governors, which is entirely online, and the hybrid, which is most universities are now, you can take some classes online, but you still got to go to the brick and mortar campus or, college itself. And so how have you thought about those parallels, and how have you thought about applying them to WGU?
Well, I can tell you that there is one universal principle that translates quite well across different industries, and that is serving your customers or your students, in my case. And everything that we do must be focused on how do we serve them better, how do we enable them to do more, how do we do things on behalf of them such that they don't have to be entering everything or typing everything or going to everything. So that customer-oriented principles and fundamentals, I think, are quite similar across all the different industries. In my case, with the students, is how do I enable them to be successful in this journey? And I think that the biggest difference, since I spoke about the things that are similar, I think that the biggest difference is the big mission and vision of WGU and how education brings path of opportunity to individuals. Just to see those individuals graduate and be able to secure better future, not only for them, but for the generations that are to come. it's just phenomenal. When it's great to see families saving money so they can live better, phenomenal to see them change their outcome and their children's and their grandchildren's outcome because of the education that they are attaining.
So what does a typical day look like for you in this role?
You know what? It's not the same. It is such. I must confess something. When I was coming here to Utah from Bentonville, Arkansas, I was thinking, well, I don't know why I did this. Walmart is such a great company to work for. A lot of people were coming to me like, why are you leaving Walmart? What are you talking about? Who's WGU? Why would you go do this for WGU? I was thinking like, oh, this is going to be a good deal. It's going to be busy maybe the first year or so. Oh, how wrong I was. How wrong I was. It has been so challenging because the technology that we bring for our students is constantly changing. We're trying to do the best we can. My leadership is always pushing for best services, best understanding on how we focus on those students. So it's never the same. We're always looking for better ways to serve our students, new innovations. I can tell you that it's just constantly changing. So it's been great.
Yeah.
I love this 7 years. It's been fantastic.
What to you makes a great leader? You've worked for, you're a great leader yourself. You've worked for great leaders. When you think about leadership, strong leadership, what does that mean?
That's a phenomenal question. And I would say that it's based off of 3 pillars. One of them is trusting your team, trusting the people that you are responsible for. How do you enable them to be successful, right? How do you push for that success by enabling them to make those decisions? Number 2, teaching your team that failure is not an option, but it's a learning process. It's okay for us to learn. It's okay for us to learn as much as we can. I used to have a mentor who she would come to me and she would say, David, what was your last failure? And I'm like, well, I'm not supposed to have failures. And she's like, no, if you're not failing, it's because you're not trying hard enough. You gotta go out there and learn, right? So I think that the second pillar is that learning and enabling that learning and enabling a culture in which it's okay to learn. It's not okay to linger in failure, but it's okay to learn from failure and move forward. And last but not least, is definitely focus on getting to know them. Be just people persons. They're individuals just like you. They have families. They have a personal life. That to me is foundational in leadership, right? Empowering your team, getting to know them at a personal level, and it's developing a culture in which it's okay for you to learn from.
What has surprised you about Utah itself, the state? Like moving from Arkansas to Utah, like what are the differences? What are the good things, the challenges, the bad things? What advice do you have for Utahns?
Very innovative state. A lot of new companies coming left and right. My wife was extremely impressed to see so many companies that were born here in Utah. So that is just phenomenal. And because of that, there's a lot of culture that is startup culture and how do we build and how do we make these big companies that I love. Now, execution, operational at a big enterprise level, that is different. So I noticed a gap there. It's a lot of let's just build a startup and just build the new concepts. Now executing at a big enterprise level like a Walmart is a very different story. So I don't know. There's opportunities both ways.
So where is WG headquartered? What part?
We are currently in the Mill Creek area.
Okay.
That's where our offices are located at.
Okay, cool.
That's our main office. We also have offices in Tennessee. We also have offices in Phoenix, Arizona, and soon to have offices in a city in Mexico.
I didn't even realize the Tennessee one when I said the Tennessee. Why Tennessee?
Well, as we were growing and moving forward to figure out how we're gonna distribute our talent, that was one. And that's sorry, I said Tennessee, but I meant to say North Carolina. Apologies.
Oh, I see. Yeah,
Yes.
Same
North
thing.
Carolina. Yes, it's Raleigh, North Carolina.
Oh, Raleigh's great.
Yes, it is. It's great, especially
That's
for
a great
technology.
tech ecosystem.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, that's an incredible.
And then
tech
Phoenix,
ecosystem.
Arizona is the other place.
Yeah, Phoenix is great. Hot, particularly right now.
Yes,
But yeah, it's great.
but still a great place.
So, what do you read? I know that's a weird question, but what reading recommendations would you have for us?
Oh, well, depends what you're in the mood with. For I have 3 books going on right now, which is not a good idea. Don't do it because then I get so confused with which one I'm reading. But I'm rereading a book called When by Daniel Pink. Just
Okay.
phenomenal. It teaches you what kind of person you are, how to manage your time better. This is the third time I'm reading this book, and I'm learning so much again. This is a book that it was recommended to me by my boss, actually, Scott Pulsifer. It was a great book. I'm also rereading another book called Extreme Ownership.
Yes, I've started that one.
You did.
Yeah.
And
I'm liking it so far. Yeah, that's Yako, right?
Yako,
Yeah,
indeed.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
I read it a long time ago, and it had helped me understand how to react better. And as I have grown in my career, I have learned to place it where I'm at. Like right now is how do I embed that in the culture of the technology group that I have and what it means, that extreme ownership on the work that we're doing. So it's just been phenomenal. And the last book that I'm reading, it's a religious book that is teaching me more about my faith.
What is it?
It's called.
And by the way, you don't have to say if you don't want.
Oh, no. Yeah. It's called The Articles of Faith.
Oh, cool.
Yes.
Very cool.
Although it just,
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. The Utah audience will know what the Articles of Faith are.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, for sure. Well, that's incredible. So, as you think about the next 10 years of WGU and the technology part of it in particular, what does it look like? Do you think you'll ever, and part of that is like, do you think you'll ever go the Amazon model where they actually have opened some retail? Obviously, you want to open a campus, but like these little mini campuses or co-working spaces for your students to go into. Like, have you thought about things like that so that they'd have that in-person experience?
So there are some programs that we have going on right now that required our students to go and do what's called clinicals. So they would actually go to a physical facility in which they actually get to do things. We have several labs across the country that we also manage and we implement a lot of technology for, which we're asking our students. But those will be very specific to very specific programs. So not necessarily just for the sake of, we're going to have a campus. No, we're looking to, again, what makes sense for the students for those programs such that they can be extremely successful once they graduate.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I don't think you should ever have a campus, but something where they can get together. And I'm sure you do that in a variety of different ways already, but a way for them, almost like a co-working space. You know what I mean? Like the kiln.
We do a lot of events in which we invite a lot of our alumni and even students constantly across the country. That's a completely different department that is doing that, but they do that quite often just to make sure that students get that experience as well to be there. Needless to say, being the technology guy, I can tell you that we also have created some environments in which we can create communities systematically, right?
Yeah.
Virtual communities.
Do you think it'll ever get to a point where you put that headset on like Zuck? Like Zuck displayed that and kind of showed that off and it wasn't ready.
Right.
But obviously it will be at some point where you're basically in class, but you're sitting at your house.
Would we ever get there? I don't know. Would it make sense for us to do it? Only if it actually enabled our students to make the progress that they look for.
That's the thing that I think about some technologies, right? It's like, that would be really cool. Would it make the experience better? And would I learn more by doing it? I don't know. I think I'd probably just be blown away by this and I'd be distracted by it. I'm like, oh, this is wild.
Yes, I think there's a lot of great technologies out there that we could potentially consume and utilize. It's just the question that I always post is, what does that mean to our students? Yeah, it's awesome and cool to have a headset that you put on and you can see other people there. But is that really going to enable me to learn better, to understand or comprehend better a concept? If it is, let's just implement it. If it's not, then why would I increase the cost on something just because it's super cool to have a headset?
Yeah. You have a lot of degrees too. You have a lot of you have a bachelor's degree in like economics, for example. Like you have really interesting bachelor's. Your masters are mostly around technology, if I'm not mistaken, or
so we do
healthcare.
No, we do have. So we have 4 schools: the School of Education, School of Health. It's called the Levitt School of Health. We also have the School of Technology and School of Business. So we do have master's degrees in all of them, and we're focused on enabling our students to just be as good in their employment as they can be. So,
would you ever do doctorate degrees? I mean, I don't even know what that means or how to do that. Or...
I'll be very honest to you. I don't know. I've been involved in some conversations, but I can tell you that I do not know. That's a decision for Scott Pulsifer and our chief academic officer.
What was your education experience like?
So I graduated from the University of Texas El Paso.
Oh, rough game.
Yes.
Apologies, man.
Hey,
I was rooting for Arch.
it is what it is. But I went to a traditional university, and yeah, I'm actually also a student at WGU.
Oh, really?
Yes.
That's cool.
Yes, just trying to make sure that I consume what I'm building. Why not? To make
Yeah.
sure that it's as good as I am saying it is.
What are you studying?
I'm actually finishing my master's in business administrations with
Oh, cool.
IT management. Yeah.
That's very cool.
Yes.
That's awesome. Good for you. Finally, I end every interview with this question because we think about this a lot at Slopes, and it's kind of an ethos of ours, and that is the chances one gives is just as important as the chances one takes. When you hear that, who gave you a chance to get you to where you are today?
So many people. I can even actually call them by name, but I'll say this. People that were willing to give not only their time, but opportunity to other individuals. Karen and Terrell, Jason Morris, Rahul Jalali, just to name a few, they were just phenomenal individuals. They were at Walmart, where I grew most of my career. But here at WGU, just working with Scott Pulsifer, David Groh, Nadeem, Courtney, so many people. And it is not just about being nice and kind, but having the ability to sit down with someone and sharing like, well, you're doing this great, but you can do it better.
Mm-hmm.
Or you're doing this not so good, and let me help you be better. I think that is just phenomenal. And I can see that a lot in the at WGU, especially with the executive team.
Oh, that's incredible. Thank you so much for coming on the show. Seriously, everyone should check out WGU. I think it's a wonderful university. I think the tech you've built is second to none. So congratulations there. I mean, it really is remarkable what that thing has grown into, and started, like you said, by those 19 governors. And I know Mike Levitt had a big role in pushing that. Obviously, he got it headquartered here in the state of Utah, and he's a legend. So thank you so much for coming on.
Really happy to do so. And it's a team experience at WGU. We all focus on the students. So thank you so much.
You bet.